Students across Missouri head back to class this week, and for many, the typical standardized test at the end of the year won't mean as much. Federal law requires students take the MAP test, but a 2022 law gave the Missouri Board of Education the ability to give districts a waiver, so the results of those end-of-the-year tests aren't the ones that count. Instead, districts can be given a waiver to do assessments throughout the year that will count as the school score. Teachers say this allows them to identify earlier what students need to improve on and can change their curriculum. Kirkwood, Jennings, Hazelwood, Ladue, and Ferguson-Florissant are some of the districts that will be changing how the assessments and how they assess student performance this year. Afton, Lindbergh, Melville, Parkway, and Pattonville started trying this new approach last year. While some have switched, many schools still rely on standardized testing scores, and that puts a lot of pressure on students. Our Missouri Capitol Bureau reporter Hannah Falcon asked parents and educators whether standardized testing is worth the anxiety.
Parents and educators alike are starting to question whether standardized testing is really worth the stress it places on students.
I think what a lot of people don't realize is that standardized testing is just a snapshot of one day in the life of a student.
Educators like Todd Fuller with the Missouri State Teachers Association are souring on standardized testing. MAP scores for the 2023-2024 school year show small improvements. While the math scores are now surpassing pre-pandemic achievements, English and language arts are still suffering, showing a decline. But are the benefits of standardized testing worth the stress on students?
And by the time you finish testing, there isn't much time left in the school year to really do much of anything else.
One mother I spoke with over the phone tells me her son struggles with test anxiety and ADHD. Annie Mauser was unavailable for an interview, but says that as she sends her 10-year-old son off for another school year, the stresses of testing get more challenging. Fuller says the time spent on testing could be spent catering the curriculum to students' needs instead.
So there's a large amount of time taken away from what could be curriculum or time for a teacher to spend on a particular subject that they're not getting the opportunity to do.
Reporting in Columbia, I'm Hannah Falcon, First Alert 4.